5 minutes late to the most intense 5 games that Brad's gonna start bowling all year. So that's how my morning started. We have the PTQ for the World Series. Now, listen, there's a lot riding on what's happening today. So the way it's working is they have 5 games in the morning. They're bowling on Wolf, I believe, to start. 5 games in the evening on Badger. And this 10-game PTQ sets up is for the entire World Series of bowling. So all 3 animal patterns plus the World Championships, a major, triple points. So many points at stake this week that, you know, for guys like Brad and all of us, really, if you don't have a good week this week and you're kind of on the outside looking in on points, you're probably going to be bowling the PTQs next year too. If you have a really good week this year, you're going to be exempt for next year. Brad and Ronnie, they're in the spot where they have to bowl the PTQ just to try to get into it. So, very intense game. Should have woke up earlier. It is 10:06. They started 6 minutes ago. But when we walk in there, hopefully we just see Brad and Ronnie with front sevens leading the tournament. And everyone will be happy. Let's hope. Very intense 5 games. This is how good of a person. This is actually my punishment. I show up late, now I'm grip. Can't say the other word, but you know what I'm trying to say. I gotta go change out Ronnie's grips mid-block. This is what these guys put me through over here. All right, game 4 for Brad. 248, so we are plus 48. It was even. So far he has 2 good games, 2 bad games. Scores are good touch high on this pattern, I would say. You want to be sitting like 120 over right now from what I can see. I mean, it's a big house, but I can see like 10 guys right now that are 100 over. Shoot, Rick McCormick's 200 over. Like, guys are whacked. So he's close. Throwing an IQ tour. Try to get some score this game. Get out, you know. It's kind of what happens with these 2 pattern deals. It's like, you know, if you're not matching up on one, you just try to do the best you can. Don't try to pay attention to score because they're going to be bowling on a pattern next block. This pattern is 34 feet. The next pattern is 47 feet. Big difference. So guys that do well the first block might not do as well the second block if they matched up really well. That's just kind of how it goes. So, you know, get what you can get, and then let's go move on to the next one. But Brad's going to need to throw some really good shots in this game because, you know, the ball's just not quite doing it. So you just gotta make good shots. So let's see if we can do it.
All right, so here's a recap of my 5-game block. Very, what do you call it? High variance?
Yeah, a lot of
roller coaster.
A lot of variance.
So let's talk about this. 179 game 1. We hit 51 and 52. 34-foot pattern now. They have changed Wolf from 32 to 34, and so a little like Cheetah. But this building hooks so much that it almost felt a little bit like 33, 32.
Really?
Like it hooks a lot. However, the first game I'm throwing urethane and I'm getting a bunch of hooks. Schlim tells me to like make sure my elbow's in, that way I can roll it forward. And I was doing that, but I know I wasn't throwing it the greatest just because some were breaking loose on me. And like, yeah, there is a lot of friction, but generally it's your fault when it's that big of a difference. So I asked him like, did I pop out of that one? He goes, yep. I'm like, okay, perfect. And so then I go, I don't think I open in the 10th. But I don't know. So we go to the next pair, and 51 and 52 was supposed to be a bad pair. The next pair, we're going to go to reactive or we're going to stay with urethane that I just shot on 7. And I go, you know what, I'm going to throw one with reactive. I ring a 10 pin, and then I throw like the next 6 or 7. And I was just...
With urethane?
Yeah, because Slim told me at the end of the 179, he goes, you're trying to finesse urethane. I'm like, well, I'm not trying to finesse urethane. It's just kind of how it's happening.
Yeah.
So that immediately thought, all right, I'm gripping and ripping this bad
And you were
boy.
gripping and ripping it.
So game 2, I mean, I'm hammering it, and I get a blend. Like, I have a little room, it's getting some off hits, 250. Go to the next pair, and that pair, was that the pair we practiced on?
Yeah, it was
I don't think you went quite that down. It was close, and they kind of play similar on that end.
I was quite shocked at how much more they hooked. The ball was wanting to come offline, whereas game 2 is just blending. So that's where I struggle a little with urethane. I want to move. I want to play it like reactive, where you just move a little bit left. Guys on my pair, Darren Alexander was playing up it, like up 5.
Yeah.
I saw some guys with urethane up 5, and so here I was like trapped. So then we went to a IQ tour, and it was the right move, but in the 10th frame, I threw one bad. I came out of it, and it overhooked in big
And
front.
I think you 7-10 that game, didn't you?
I had a 7-10 the first game and the second game.
And the second game.
So the one in the 10th, I had 2-0 off the sheet, and I didn't throw it great. I mean, it could have 4-pinned or something, but it was split. So then I'm pissed. I was kind of pissed the whole time, actually. The second I woke up today, I was kind of pissed. But so then we make the turn. I stick with the IQ Tour. First shot, I mean, instead of it doing this, it just kind of blends, and I'm like, all right, we like these kind of pairs.
We like this.
Threw pretty good, 240. The next pair was hooking more, moved left, threw it all right the last 8, and shot 240. So
Yeah, you
IQ
listened
Tour,
to me. I said to the camera, I was like, well, Brad needs to go sheet and get a lot of pins here. Threw 7 in a row, baby.
I mean, I'm a hunter back.
I know, but that 240 game was so important because you have so much more life down than that would have been a 2-0. Like 40 and 90 right now is kind of a big, especially with only 5 games to go.
Yeah, 5 games isn't a lot to catch up on pins. Especially, I mean, with this pattern, there's a good 20 guys that could average 240 with urethane. I'm one of them on my good days, but with the next pattern, it's not necessarily like that. There's some guys that can average 240, but not specifically with just urethane. There's going to be some, you got to kind of think about what ball you're going to throw and what ball you're going to change to and that kind of thing.
But you're throwing it great. I mean, shit. Doing
those
amazing.
last couple games are right.
Yeah, even the one where you're banging on the urethane, you were making that red ball do some things. That was sick to watch. I was jealous. I'm going to drill one.
I'm looking at the scores right now. Kind of looks like it was a urethane kind of.
Yeah, there was a few guys that somehow were able to stay in urethane the whole time, like Michael.
Timmy G, baby.
Timmy G.
He loves himself that red ball, dude. He loves that red ball.
Did PD Burgos, he throw your IQ the whole time?
He went first 2 games red ball, last 3 games
First 2 red balls,
IQ tour, I believe.
So that's essentially what my strategy was. That's the best strategy for guys like Pete and I. It just comes down to execution, really. So, but we're done with the urethane. Maybe.
Yeah, I think so. I think 47 feet.
You don't think you're going to need it on the 47 foot?
Well, Schlim said it's possible to make the 47-footer play like this because this building hooks a ton. So he goes, if they go light enough on the oil, we got some hook. But that's, there we go. Vlogging and not turning in. Thank you. All right, so that's done. I'm going to go chill out. I need to get my mind right.
Go chill out.
Fry out on every little thing. I mother effed every player. I mother effed the tournament directors. I was mother effing everyone this morning. But we're good. We're in there. We're probably about 30, 40 back.
Yeah.
And, they got 139, so we're 50 back.
Well, you're 90 over, 40, yeah, 40-something.
40-something back.
Ain't nothing
but a
thing.
Come out of the gate 280.
Ain't nothing but a thing. Hey, at least you're shooting high games. That's a good thing.
I am.
Your ability to shoot high games in this building is there. Just gotta get those low games out there.
Because I had one at 360, one at like 500. I hit the Y button. I meant to hit the X button. Too much juice. Too much juice. I'm gonna steer Brad's ball to the pocket over here. Apparently I don't know the controls. Dear Lord, please strike. Please strike, please. If you're ever gonna give my man a 7-bagger, right here. Amen. Get back. Well, we've been in must-strike territory for a while. And now we are in absolute must-strike territory. Can't miss. 12 shots, all 12, even the field ball. Or else it's looking bleak. Numbers slowed down. It's one of those patterns where they started out pretty easy, so guys got some pins on the fresh, but they're slowing down like crazy compared to the first couple games. So Brad strikes out, he gets to 243. It'll be close, but I honestly think 243 is in. So we need 12 good shots, 12 strikes, 12 breaks, 12. 300 game, 300 or bust.
Bang, bang.
To get into the most important tournament of the year.
That is it for the PTQ of the World Series. I did not make the cut, and that's just kind of it. That's the end of the season for me, pretty much. It's kind of depressing. I might cry, but I don't know. I'll get a lot of practice this week. I got one more PTQ, and I'll have a lot of days. I mean, there's a break every day. So it sucks that we're practicing a bunch for just one more tournament the rest of the year, but you know, what do you do? We have a lot to get better at. A lot of players out here that are just a lot better than I am at creating the right ball motion, at throwing urethane, at doing 3 or 4 different things. I mean, I'm pretty much just good at spares right now. So, I don't know. It's a hard game, and it's hard to be out here, really. It's a lot of Airbnbs, weird places you stay at, a lot of no sleep, for very little. For negative, actually, for give. So it's just what it is. Could be worse. There's a lot of people that came from other countries. There's like a lot of people that came from countries that are rooming with people that got like sponsor invites that have to like bowl, and their roommates got like sponsor invites. It's just tough, you know, to come from another country and to miss. And there's a lot of people that have been doing that all the PTQs. It's not that bad for me, you know. I purposely started this YouTube channel with Kyle so I could have other things to do when there's no bowling, and that's successful. So this whole week we get to do that, and I'm happy about that, because if we didn't have this YouTube channel, I wouldn't know what I would do. I wouldn't know what I would do with my time. Like, you can practice, but for what? So anyway, it could be a lot worse. It could be in war. We're alive, we're breathing, but we're just not a very good bowler right now, mentally and physically. So hopefully it's a better week for Kyle moving forward. We'll have a lot of help with me and Ronnie not having anything to do, so we should, I don't know, maybe something cool will happen. But anyway, keep watching the videos. We'll do our best to give you the best footage possible, and we appreciate you. We love you. Thanks for all the support. We'll see you.